put their bodies on the line. 160 men and women from across Australia competed in the most outrageous obstacle course this country has ever seen. Those tough enough endured breathtaking spills, spectacular tumbles, and incredible falls. This is Wipeout Australia's 20 greatest hits. Hello and welcome to Wipeout Australia's 20 greatest hits. I'm James Brayshaw, and joining me, as usual in the commentary position, is the one and the only Josh Lawson.
Thanks very much, James. Tonight we're sharing with you the most awesome hits from across the series. Hits, well, just like this.
And that is just a taste of the incredible spills that you'll see tonight as we relive Wipeout's greatest hits.
But, James, let's not forget that Wipeout Australia is as much about unforgettable characters as it is about spectacular wipeouts.
Very true. And what better way to start our countdown than by reacquainting ourselves with one of our most memorable contestants.
Yes, JB, she provided us with a run we'll always remember, but one her children would rather forget.
Here she is, our greatest hit number 20, Wipeout's most embarrassing mum.
I'm here with Mel Gosling-Smith. Now, you're a proud mum of two.
Yes, Chloe and Crystal. Hi to all your school friends. Look at Mummy, look at Mummy.
Oh, dear. Those moves have me wondering what Mummy's secret night job really is.
Straight off what not to wear and onto Wipeout Australia. Here's mother of two, Melissa Gosling.
She's back in the rubber and ready to pack some donuts for lunch.
Embarrassing mummy Mel Gosling goose steps down the donut run and gets creamed.
We have a mum down. We are mum down.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Well, sound advice from our embarrassing mum, Josh. Yep, yummy chocolate mummy, very keen to take on the sucker punch wall.
It's like there's 22 George Clooneys behind that wall.
Oh! Embarrassing mum copping one in the tuck shop.
Still, it finally gave her kids something to cheer about. And I thought my mum's line dancing was embarrassing.
On to the big balls now. I wonder what the kids are going to make of this.
I'm pretty sure they're too busy calling Angelina Jolie to organise a shotgun adoption, JB.
Mummy loves you.
I bet they're loving you right now too, Mum.
Mummy Melissa getting dropped off at the pool by the big balls. But the humiliation doesn't end there.
I love you, kids. I love you, kids.
Yay!
Whoa! Wipeout!
What's she doing now? Trying to hang 10? Everyone loves a happy ending, JB.
Absolutely. Me more than anyone.
That's true, but things got a little scary in our very own Wipeout fairy tale. It comes in at number 19.
Now down with Kelly's our next contestant, Gail DaCosta.
Now, I love your wings. You're like a little Tinkerbell.
I know, aren't I pretty?
Yes, she is. I love the wings. You know, she does kind of look like Tinkerbell.
If only we had a wicked witch for this fairy tale.
Meet Emma Connolly.
I'll get you, Kelly. And your little obstacle course, too.
And so our story begins. Once upon a time, there was a sweet little fairy called Tinkerbell.
You gotta be kidding me.
Tinkerbell lived in the magical land of Wipeout. But so did the Wicked Witch. And the Wicked Witch hated pretty things, especially pretty fairies.
I'm pretty.
Fly, Tinkerbell, fly like the wind. The Wicked Witch is coming.
Please stop.
So Tinkerbell, using her fairy wings, glided magically across the enchanted toppled towers to safety. But the Wicked Witch pulled out her broomstick and...
Flew about 2 feet before crashing into the mud.
All right, James, you're not even trying. But Tinkerbell was not out of danger yet. No, she now had to make it through the sucker punch swamp.
Oh, please.
Watch out, Tinkerbell. Oh no, too late. Meanwhile, the Wicked Witch was closing in fast.
Fast? She's bombed.
Well, then she uses a speed spell. Yeah.
Speed spell, you sped that up. Wicked Witch, now on. And off! enjoying yet another spell in the mud.
Hubble, bubble, boil and trouble.
Oh, that potion's strong enough to wake up Sleeping Beauty.
Now that's the spirit, James.
Tinkerbell, now onto her final obstacle.
The moat of misery, James.
She nails the perfect happy ending for a fairy tale.
On Wipeout Australia, not every story had a fairy tale ending.
Especially where the big balls were involved.
Ah, yes, the most diabolical device known to mankind.
Bring on the big ball!
Ooh, yeah, they're impressive, all right.
Yeah, but we thought the big balls may have met their match when big man Kieran Summers hit the Wipeout qualifier in greatest hit number 18. Finally, when Kieran Summers stepped up, we thought it would be a fair fight.
After all, it was big blue ball versus big red ball.
Kieran was here to represent a very special group of people.
Well, this one's for the chubbers in the audience, the salad dodgers, the gravity challenge. This is for you.
Kieran took some body blows on the sucker punch and then wisely spent some time recuperating before facing his greatest challenge yet, the big balls.
As Kieran headed up the ramp and looked to the heavens for help, we wondered, will this salad dodger be able to dodge these tomatoes?
Showing some cheek, he definitely gave the balls a serve, but ended up in the dressing.
It was a huge effort, and salad dodgers around the country celebrated one of Wipeout's most spectacular hits.
I win.
Oh, we're all winners after that, Kieran.
Now, Josh, we've all had an encounter with a parking cop at one time or another.
So it was sweet revenge when parking cop Meredy Canduff came face to fist with the sucker punch.
It's our greatest hit number 17, which we call the Sucker Punch Payback.
Do you have a message for all of those people you've written tickets to?
So sad, too bad. If you can't read the sign, not my problem.
Parking cop wasting no time on the wall. And oh, big hit to the box. Sends her flying into the mud pit.
Parking cop entering a no standing zone, ignores the sign,
Can't read the sign, not my problem.
and as a consequence, has a ticket punched.
So sad, too bad.
Over and over and over again.
All right, Josh, I think that's enough.
And again.
Come on, Mel, I think she's had enough.
Okay. And again. You better move it, parking cop. That's a no crawling zone.
Righto, stop it. Yep, the Sucker Punch wall left its muddy mark on many a contestant.
And take it from me, that mud was almost impossible to get out. Long story. The Wipeout Australia countdown continues after a word from this very special sponsor. A rough day in the mud can really leave its mark. And ordinary soap just won't wash away that grease and grime. That's when you need Wipeout Bubble Bath. Our unique cocktail of industrial chemicals and hydrochloric acid means those stains will wash away in seconds, along with any unwanted skin and kilos. Like our spokesmodel Tian Hawkins, you'll always make an entrance to remember with Wipeout Bubble Bath.
Welcome back to Wipeout Australia's 20 greatest hits. And some outstanding work done there by our female contestants, Josh.
Too right, JB. One would have thought that Wipeout Australia was tailor-made for the blokes, but that's not the case. At the end of the day, it was the fairer sex that provided us with some of our fondest moments.
Yes, there was Kirstine, the cop from Victoria.
Police, don't move!
Fabiola, Australia's favourite cheerleader.
Sexy back Cassie Kennedy. Ex-bikini model Tian Hawkins.
And Sister Bella, who walked over water and the competition.
But the gutsiest gal of them all, and coming in at moment number 16, is Renee Let's Get Physical Bradford.
It's time for the girls, baby! Rock it! Woo!
She brought her trademark look and sound to the Wipeout course.
Let's get physical!
She got physical with the qualifier.
Be kind!
She got verbal with the sweeper.
Come on, give us more! Is that all you got? Come on, toothbrush, bring it! Woo! Now this is my type of fun. Woo!
And she got dumped by the treadmill. But when it got to the wipeout zone, Renee let her body do the talking with the barrel run.
In fact, it was more like wailing in agony.
Finishing with true girl power, Renee screams all the way into moment number 16 as our favourite female contestant. But not all our contestants had the physical presence of Renee.
No, some just had presence. Yep, pure presence.
All worthy competitors.
No doubt, but one stood out amongst all others, and she was Christine Shee, the woman we have diplomatically crowned Wipeout Australia's least best contestant.
And our greatest hit, number 15. Now, the Wipeout qualifier is simple. You just have to follow these steps.
Step 1. Every second counts, so run as fast as you can to the first obstacle.
Step 2. Get a good run up and catapult your body across the donuts, avoiding the mud.
Step 3. Jump onto the balls in a running stride, leaping nimbly from one to the other until you reach the far platform.
And finally, step 4. Scale the stairs, slide boldly down the ramp, seize the red pole and swing confidently across the lake.
Congratulations, Christine. By consistently ignoring every one of these steps, you have earned yourself the title of Wipeout Australia's least best contestant.
And from the comatose to the catastrophic, we now go to Wipeout Australia's oldest winner, a man who at 49 felt he had plenty to prove.
And boy, did he prove it. Crashing in at greatest hit number 14 is the explosive Demolition Dave Marshall.
So why did a demolition expert from South Australia want to win Wipeout?
I'm Demolition Dave. I'm going to blow up this course for my kids to show them that their dad's still got what it takes. Ah!
With his eyes on the prize and a catchy shout-out, Demolition Dave was in a league of his own.
He'd even launched his very own video.
Out now, it's Demolition Dave's Wipeout training video. Shot at Dave's exclusive hideaway in the middle of nowhere, you'll learn the secrets of becoming a bona fide Wipeout legend. Featuring Dave's dizzy dummy demolition, the shonky sweeper, and much more. Believe it when old Demolition Dave says...
I'm Demolition Dave. I'm going to blow up this course for my kids to show them that their dad's still got what it takes. Ah!
All that prep paid off in spades. He'd even pioneered a new sweeper move, Demolition Dave's Dolphin Dive. A technique that's still used to this day.
It was the breakneck speed of the dizzy dummy that had Demolition Dave spinning straight into the Wipeout zone. And wasn't he wrapped?
I'm wrapped. Really wrapped.
But it was generations of experience and a burning desire that saw Demolition Dave demolish the Wipeout zone in an earth-shattering finish to bag the 20k prize money, thus proving once and for all.
I'm Demolition Dave. I'm going to blow up this course for my kids.
Demolition Dave, you're my hero. And James, didn't we have a few heroes on the show?
Certainly did. We had more superheroes than the Hall of Justice. There was the Accountinator, Excito, Dr. X, Eco-Warrior, Mikey and the Hulk.
But the most ridiculous of them all, coming in at number 13, is Buffman, Shannon Fowler. It wasn't a bird.
Oh no.
And it certainly wasn't a plane.
No way. I'm Buffman. Oh yeah. Buffman.
So what kind of special powers does Buffman have?
I'm super buff, super strong. Oh, yeah.
But this mild-mannered superhero wasn't packing a punch. He was packing a twitch.
Oh, no, that's no twitch. No way.
Nothing kryptonite wouldn't fix anyway.
Buffman, oh, yeah.
During the qualifier, he leapt the topple towers in a single bound.
Oh, yeah.
But a second crossing wasn't to be.
No way.
With powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men, he launched his rippling super buff body over the big balls.
And then returned to his secret hideout behind the donut swing. With his X-ray vision, he saw off the competition on the dizzy dummy as this strange visitor from another planet fought a never-ending battle for truth, justice, and the buff way.
Oh, yeah.
And when it came to the wipeout zone, he hit the hyper buff and blitzed the competition.
Yes, and even in victory, Buffman stayed true to the superhero code of ethics.
Which is?
Never reveal your true identity, and always wear your underwear on the outside.
Yeah, 20 grand, baby.
Yeah, the buff man, an amazing athlete in peak condition. I'd love to know what his secret was to staying in shape.
Oh, I know. He simply made 3 easy payments to this next guy. Stay with us. Plenty more greatest hits to come after the break. Are you tired of sitting around wondering how to lose those extra Christmas kilos? In just 48 months, the perfect specimen can transform your body from this to this. If you don't see results after the first 12 months, we'll give you your money back.
No problem at all.
Satisfaction is guaranteed.
Yeah, that's right. That's what the ladies say.
So what are you waiting for, Tubby? Pick up the phone, take the plunge, and transform perfectly forgettable into...
Perfect specimen.
Operators are standing by to take your call. OK, who's this wasting precious energy at the top of the course?
That's personal trainer Lindsay Green.
Never say die! Wow!
She caught up with Kelly earlier.
Lindsay, you're looking fantastically fit. Have you always been that fit?
No, actually, I was the fat kid at school, so just a quick message to all you losers who used to pay me out. Check this.
And a compact 5'3" bully beater Lindsay Green should fit easily through the cookie cutter.
OK, there's another theory down the drain. Just like those nasty kids at school, the cookie cutter hits Lindsay hard and then leaves her to hang out by herself.
Welcome back to Wipeout Australia's 20 greatest hits. Josh, as you know, the third member of the Wipeout team has held a special place in the hearts of many a male contestant.
Here's some touching moments with the always beautiful Kelly Landry.
You're shaking. Am I making you nervous?
So if I make the balls, is there any chance of getting a hug? You're very pretty, Kelly. If I make the donuts, what about a kiss?
Do you want to go for dinner?
Marry me, Kelly!
Oh, be still, my beating heart.
Luckily, she mastered the art of the gentle letdown very quickly.
Nobody likes to be turned down, James, but if your ego is as inflated as the big balls themselves, then rejection can be the cruelest wipeout of all.
And that's why God's gift Adam Marshall's rejection became greatest hit number 12.
I'm here with Adam Marshall. Adam, you're looking very nice today.
Yeah. Yeah. God's gift wasn't a shy man.
You're the type of person that I would like to do the course with, I suppose. Yeah.
After getting nowhere with his first obstacle, Kelly, God's gift propelled himself into the course powered by a high-octane blast of self-esteem.
And wasn't it glorious to watch?
No, it...
And when he hit the big balls, God's gift suddenly started to live up to his own hype.
We could barely believe our eyes as God's gift almost effortlessly became our first contestant to conquer the big balls and the hearts of every female in Australia at the same time.
He was really shaping up to be God's gift to Wipeout Australia.
Who made the balls? Who made the balls?
But the dizzy dummy would prove his ultimate downfall.
With his self-esteem lowering and his lunch rising with every spin, God's gift stumbled off the dizzy dummy in search of a new companion, a bucket.
Yes, God's gift Adam Marshall suffered his first big rejection and was forced to quit, a humbled man.
His just desserts earning him our greatest hit, number 12.
Josh, we get our first taste of a contestant's personality when they deliver their shout-out at the top of the course.
That's right, and with over 160 contestants, the shout-outs ranged from the witty to the inane, and some were simply a cry for help.
Ready, please, Mr. Music. Bring it on! Come on!
I'm a lean, mean wipeout machine! This is living! Competition, baby! Woo!
I'm available to all. Come and wipe me out, people!
Wow. Which brings us to Deborah Rubin, who came onto Wipeout Australia not to win the money, but to win a husband. And that's why she's our greatest hit, number 11.
Debbie came to Wipeout with a problem.
Listen to me, people. I am 38 years old. I need to be married by the end of the year.
And it wasn't long before she was advertising her major assets.
You're going to want a piece of this. You're going to want a piece of this.
We couldn't work out why she was single.
Well, you know, I'm very choosy.
Not wanting to back down from a challenge, we committed ourselves to finding her a man before she finished the course.
And it really did look like time was on our side. We knew Mr. Right had to be fashion conscious.
Be prepared to make the first move.
Why are they moving? Why are they moving?
And ready to get down and dirty.
This isn't what I planned. This isn't how it was supposed to turn out.
But above all, Mr. Right would have to have the patience of a saint.
Can I have a break for a minute?
We scoured our address books during the downtime and came up with some hopefuls.
Eventually, Debbie resumed her quest while we made some calls.
After being burnt by the rope swing, it was crunch time. With none of our messages returned, we let her have one last crack at self-promotion.
Come and get me, boys. I'm ready for the taking.
Finally, my mate's brother's girlfriend's cousins came to the rescue.
Turns out her previous claim
I'm very choosy.
was open to interpretation.
While some contestants came onto Wipeout looking for love, others simply loved to be punished.
Yes, and there was one obstacle in the Wipeout zone that dished out more punishment than any other, the spinner.
Yep, this flying saucer from hell had the ability to inflict pain and freak out even the bravest contestants.
With a discombobulating speed of 10 RPM, this turntable of terror flicked hapless contestants into a frothy moat.
Contestants quickly found jumping from its centrifugal grasp was not only tricky, but dangerous.
Yeah, but it was when the spinner terminated Tango Tony's hopes and dreams that he qualified as greatest hit, number 10. No doubt everyone will remember Tango Tony. He was the Latin dancer with the really short shorts who failed to grasp the concept of personal space.
And of course, the bald patch cleverly concealed by the cool Latino headband.
Tango Tony rumbled his way through the qualifier
with his 1, 2, 3 dip.
Woo! He salsaed his way through the sweeper.
Tango Tony! For the win!
Next thing we knew, Tango Tony was pole dancing at the Dizzy Dummy, leaving the other contestants flat-footed.
Then it was time to burn the floor at the Wipeout zone.
After a quick mumbo across the beam and a kickball change on the climbing wall, surely a couple of turns wouldn't have been a problem.
But the spinner was a temperamental dance partner and left Tango Tony looking like he had 2 left feet and a place in tonight's countdown.
Yes, Tango Tony and his tiny shorts are currently appearing at a shopping centre near you, and I'm informed plenty of good seats are still available.
But here's one partnership that's really gone on to bigger and smaller things, and soon to be seen on this very network. There'll be more Wipeout Australia after this sneak peek.
Wipeout's Odd Couple.
Hey everyone, here comes the pocket rocket. What a huge leap!
Yeah, he couldn't have gone further if someone had thrown him. Hey, where's that crazy giant gotten to?
He's up to some horseplay at the sucker punch, Josh.
Fee, fi, fo, fum. Gentle giant's on his bum. Timber!
What's with the tiara?
Just a little headpiece to be a bit funky and... yeah, hey!
So I'm here with Corinne Taylor, who is definitely the hostess with the mostest.
That's right, I'm not your average trolley dolly.
Hey, Dan, I love what you've done with your hair.
Thank you. I like the golden locks. They attract the ladies.
The 80s came and went, but you clearly didn't let go.
Welcome back to Wipeout Australia's 20 greatest hits. Some pretty imaginative fashion choices there, JB.
Yes, there were, although one of our fancy dresses left little to the imagination. Here's our greatest hit, number 9, featuring Jack Anslow.
And his amazing red budgie smugglers.
Wipeout! Look out!
You're a pretty fit guy. Is that why you're wearing a Speedo?
I live in my Speedos. Love them. Mow the lawn in the Speedos. I've even dug trenches in Speedos.
That's right, it's fair to say that Jack and his Speedos have been through a lot together. About that bond was tested when Big Jack and his lolly bags copped it sweet at the sucker punch.
Or was that the nutcracker sweet?
Doesn't matter what you call it, he copped one in the packed lunch.
Yep, right in the juice box.
At the sweeper, Jack and his Speedos crept up from behind.
And you picked it. He scored a place in the next round.
When he got to the dizzy dummy, Jack and his Speedos steamrolled their way into the wipeout zone.
Yeah, baby!
Not wanting to take all the glory, Jack moved his budgie smugglers to the outside for a bird's eye view of the spinner.
The wipeout zone can separate the men from the boys, but it couldn't separate Jack from his scungies.
Any 45-year-old grandpa who wins $20,000 wearing nothing more than a banana hammock earns a place in our hearts and our countdown.
Get that off his arm! Off his arm!
Special gift for you, JB.
Thanks, Josh. These are going straight to the pool room. Even though they were a bit on the skimpy side, the red Speedos proved to be an eminently suitable piece of wipeout attire.
Not so for the get-up worn by the pouting princess, Veronica Yakub. She would have to be the most out-of-place contestant ever to attempt an obstacle course. She's greatest hit, number 8.
What's the most important thing for a girl to remember on the course today?
Makeup, and I've got to stay clean. And my stilettos.
Oh, unfortunately, due to OH&S regulations, stilettos are not permitted on the wipeout course.
Although James and I are allowed to wear them in the commentary box.
So much for a plan to stay clean.
Oh, let's face it, JB, she had about as much chance of staying clean as Amy Winehouse. Now, this is why we don't let competitors wear stilettos.
How the hell am I supposed to get these?
Poor old pouting princess. We took away her stilettos, she got dirty. What was the other thing that mattered to her?
Makeup.
That's right, makeup.
Joking.
It looks like her makeup's done more running than she has.
Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to slide and grab this from the top, huh?
Well, she's not just a pretty face, she knows what she has to do.
Well, at least she's dressed right to be hanging onto a pole.
You're almost there, Veronica.
God, what is that she's wearing?
That is a bikini she's wearing.
Really? I thought that was a life jacket. She may have been a fish out of water, JB, but I'm still a big, big fan.
Although, Josh, when it comes to fans, you won't find anyone more dedicated or fanatical than Kelly Landry, Wipeout's #1 fan and greatest hit, number 7.
I feel very emotional. Sorry.
Old rainy eyes and mother of 4, Kelly Landry, was here to prove that she was indeed Wipeout Australia's #1 fan.
I love the sucker punch war where people get knocked out in the mud.
And she was living the dream.
Totally embarrassing.
I really do love Wipeout. Yes, I love Wipeout.
The big ball, the people are jumping and falling and swimming in the water.
Her dedication was unique.
I did it!
As was her definition of success, but we were too caught up in the sheer emotion to care.
Failure is not an option here.
My plan is not to face planners.
After such a display of determination and devotion to all things Wipeout, how could we not crown her our #1 fan?
That was the best experience of my life. I think I'm going to cry. Oh, thank you so much, Wipeout.
Stay tuned as we continue to count down Wipeout Australia's 20 greatest hits after the break. Here he goes, down the ramp, on the way to the first obstacle. Oh, he's down!
That's not an obstacle.
Welcome back to Wipeout Australia's 20 greatest hits. Josh, to say we've had some wild customers knock at the Wipeout Australia door would be an understatement.
But, JB, no one caught our attention quite like the pony boy, Jared Greenfield. For your outrageous tactics and Wild West attire, pony boy, you are number 6 on the Wipeout countdown.
I'm here with Jared Ponyboy Greenfield. How do you get a name like that?
Yeah, I ride horses in this city, but I also sing and dance, so that makes me the all-singing, all-dancing urban cowboy. Yee-haw!
Along with being a bike pants model, the pony boy had a skill set to put MacGyver to shame. This guy was a horse rider, gymnast, springboard expert and song and dance man.
Life is nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy.
I guess one thing does lead to another. Ponyboy's qualifier was the roughest ride of his life.
His face-to-fist shootout with the sucker punch wall was destined to end in disaster, as he was shot down in a blaze of mud.
But Ponyboy was straight back on the horse and came tantalisingly close to stealing first place on the sweeper. Then he blasted the rest of the field on the dizzy dummy to be our first entrant into the Wipeout zone.
Celebrating like any rough Wild West hombre with a perfect pirouette. Next thing we knew, he was offering a snort-filled live commentary and lecture to his opponents.
Jump onto the platform and knock him off!
Astoundingly, no one was game to take advice from someone who calls themselves Ponyboy.
Into the Wipeout zone, Ponyboy introduced the now famous standoff tactic at the barrel run, and it worked. Or almost.
The Ponyboy leapt his way to a spectacular launchpad finish, only to fall just short of the time set by the Hulk, Jack Anslow, missing out on the 20 grand in a thriller.
But it's not whether you win or lose. It's how you wiggle your bum in a pair of minuscule bike shorts.
So, Ponyboy Jared Greenfield, we salute you at number 6 as Wipeout Australia's most unorthodox contestant.
Countdown aside, it's fair to say some of the obstacles on the Wipeout course are challenging.
However, the qualifier once featured an inconceivable element known as the field goal swing.
The futile attempts provided much amusement.
And just when we were convinced it was downright impossible, a woman by the name of Jenny Boyd stepped up to give it a go.
It was an astonishing effort. Jenny catapulted herself onto the ball and into Wipeout history.
And no one was more surprised than Jenny herself. Our next moment contained a real oxymoron.
That's a bit cruel, Josh.
No, an oxymoron is a contradiction in terms, like pretty ugly or plastic glass or army intelligence.
Gotcha.
And the oxymoron in greatest hit number 5 is a new type of self-defence known as the fight hug.
Now, you've invented an awesome game. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's called the fight hug. It's violent love. It's kind of like you grab them, like it's a bit of a hug, and you got to out-hug them.
What's the first rule of fight hug?
There are no rules in fight hug.
Actually, James, I found the fight hug rule book, and there are rules.
It's fight hug time!
First rule of fight hug, love is a battlefield, or in this case, a sucker punch wall. Second rule of fight hug, not everything wants to be hugged, especially a big red ball in fishnets. And the third rule of fight hugs, love hurts, especially when the one you love dumps you on national television. As a wise man once said, it's better to have hugged and lost than never to have hugged at all.
So let's give a great big goodbye hug to Fight Hugs, our greatest hit number 5.
If you thought fight hugs like to play rough, it was nothing compared to one particularly explosive dizzy dummy battle.
With only one spot left in the Wipeout zone, 3 formidable opponents went to war.
There was Sister Bella going all out for family pride, Rare Breed trying to stave off extinction, and Nurse Irene attempting to resuscitate her Wipeout chances.
It was a nail-biting photo finish and qualifies as our greatest hit number 4.
And this time it's Nurse Irene out of the blocks first, and onto the floating donut.
She's now joined by Sister Bella and the Rare Breed.
James, it's looking like Gilligan's Island down there, which I guess makes the Rare Breed ginger.
Nurse Irene in the lead. Oh, she falls miles short.
Sister Bella now, can she use those long limbs to her advantage this time?
Sister Bella and the Rare Breed for the final spot in the Wipeout zone. Sister Bella makes it to the final donut. Here comes the Breed. Oh, he's off. He overshoots. Oh, our competitors look spent out there, Josh. Have they got anything left in the tank?
Well, Nurse Irene's back in the fish tank.
Well, look at that. Sister Bella's made it to the final platform.
Hanging on. Sister Bella digging deep as she hangs onto the edge of that platform. Can she make it through, James?
Oh, here comes a determined rare breed. He's charging from the back, fighting for his very survival. Is it too late for the endangered species?
It may not be. Here he comes. He's moving fast.
Oh!
It's a big leap from the breed as he clears Sister Bella. The determined Bella is up on her feet.
Oh! She pushes the breed aside and busts her way through to the wipeout zone.
Sister Bella rose again and stepped over the breed like a praying mantis to win the number 4 spot on our countdown.
An absolutely stunning victory, and capped off by one of the most flamboyant celebrations ever witnessed.
Well, steady on, Brayshaw, because the best is yet to come. After the break, we reveal Wipeout Australia's greatest hit.
Taking centre stage now, wannabe rock star Nick Cushion.
For those about to rock, the rock star salutes you.
Wow! Yeah! Yeah! Wow!
Rockstar takes on the donut swing.
Rock and roll, or in his case, rock and roll.
Oh, man! What was that? Welcome back to Wipeout Australia's 20 Greatest Hits, where we are fast approaching number 1.
You know, JB, ego was never a dirty word on this show. In fact, many of our contestants have used it to great advantage to psych out their competition. None more so than our most available male contestant.
At number 3, it's ladies' man Lockie McDonald. Wipeout Australia produced a plethora of larger-than-life characters with even larger egos.
But nobody had tickets on themselves quite like the bloke we like to call ladies' man Lockie.
Fancy any ladies on the course today?
I'm not looking for a relationship, really. I'm just looking for a quickie. That's what I do. Lockie, call me, I'm around.
As a tradesman, Lockie's livelihood depended on his tools, so it's only fair that this was his first wipeout.
Thankfully, he never felt a thing, his massive ego cushioning the blow.
But Lockie's ring of confidence proved no defence at the sucker punch.
Especially since we'd stuck some of his exes behind the wall to get their revenge. Sally, then Becky, and of course Roger.
It wasn't long before Lockie had conquered the qualifier, recording the fastest time of the day. But that seemed to be the least of his concerns.
Ladies, look at that. That is strength.
That was quick.
Ladies, Lockie, call me. So single right now.
Then it was time for the ladies' man's next conquest. No, not the sweeper. It was decorator Lisa Madsen who'd caught the attention of Lockie and his sack.
You got it, baby. Ooh, yeah. Shake, shake, shake. Yeah.
And once they'd both qualified for the Dizzy Dummy, Lockie's slick brand of speed dating came into its own.
Lisa, when are we going on that date? Hey? Lisa, I'm coming right behind you.
After coming perilously close to Lockie's clutches, Lisa escaped into the wipeout zone. But wherever those short fluoro shorts went, ladies' man Lockie was guaranteed to follow. Surely by now he was starting to focus on the 20 grand.
How are you feeling?
It's all right. Nerves are okay, and we're just going to go at it, and we can only hope for the best, really, can't we?
Any final words?
Ladies, give me a call. I'm free.
Or maybe not. Needless to say, Lockie was unable to take home the money, and the only date he managed to score was with a chiropractor on Wednesday morning. Perhaps if he'd focused on picking up the 20 grand and not picking up the ladies, he may have made it even further.
Well, that kind of distraction certainly wasn't a problem for these next two guys. Bitter rivals Ryan Newland and Mikey Broderick were totally focused on beating each other from go to woe.
This titanic David and Goliath struggle is our greatest hit number 2.
Wipeout champion, baby!
Not since the Old Testament has there been a battle of such epic proportions as the hate-filled blood feud between professional wrestler Kane Mikey Broderick and arch-nemesis Ryan Tom Cruise Newland.
This summer, Ryan Newland is kinda like Tom Cruise. Mission Impossible 4. Revenge of the Bulls. Coming soon to a big screen near you. They faced off on the sweeper neck and neck. While Mikey had his guns of steel and strength, Ryan had all the right moves. But it proved to be risky business for Tom Cruise.
Hey! Oh yeah! Wipeout champion, baby! Ah! Yeah!
When it came to the Dizzy Dummy, Tom Cruise demonstrated he was one of the few good men on the course.
And he quickly proved to be the top gun with the trash-talking motor mouth of a man twice his size.
Yeah, Mikey, you're nothing! You're nothing!
When Mikey came in second, the trash marathon continued.
Come for you, boy! Yeah! Mikey!
Look at the size of your legs. You couldn't even bench press a pool noodle.
All right, we're going to have to separate this. Save it for the wipeout zone, boys.
And save it they did. Mikey could only watch on in disbelief as Tom Cruise blitzed Mikey's previous time. With one final dramatic leap and a victorious slam of the buzzer, Mikey's title hopes self-destructed like a message from Mission Impossible headquarters. Where did it go wrong for Mikey?
Well, it was the barrel run. And it was also the spinner. I guess the rolling log didn't do him any favours. And the trampolines weren't so good. But apart from that, JB, it was a textbook wipeout zone.
Well, in the end, 20 grand fittingly went to the man who said,
Show me the money!
there is only one way to become the greatest hit #1, and that's to have the greatest hit. So our countdown finishes tonight with the best wipeout of the series.
To be considered for this honour, the contestants had to show flair, originality, and the unbreakability of a crash test dummy.
Let's go to the nominees. First up, Adam Malcolm, who shot to contention with an original disappearing act.
Then there was Jamie Birdman Kelso, whose bird calls were a hit with the ladies. But it was a hit of another kind that gives him a chance tonight.
Alison Wallace, our lawn bowler from New South Wales, thought she'd try her hand at big ball bowling. Without success.
Next, we go to our samurai, Andrew Leese. Not if the sweeper had anything to do with it.
Come on! Mommy!
Lastly, soccer head Andrew Booth was bent like Beckham by the big balls to make his play for our final position. And it's congratulations to Samurai Andrew Leese. Let's take another look at that spectacular crash.
Come on, come on! Mommy!
Let's cross live now to our worthy winner to present this prestigious award for Greatest Hit #1 Best Wipeout. How does it feel to win Best Wipeout?
Well, congratulations. Enjoy the champagne.
Well, that's it for us tonight, folks. Join us next time as we witness more hilarious spills and marriage-breaking thrills.
I'm Josh Lawson, and on behalf of James Brayshaw, Kelly Landry, and myself, good night.